Hi guys, I'm Saumya and this is a Mahila Haat vlog. I make a video on Mahila Haat every year and this is the 2023 edition. So this is a book market that takes place every Sunday. It's a market for you to get inexpensive books, and to get to Mahila Haat you have to get off at the Delhi Gate metro station. So I have to start with the INR 50 books because they are very popular. So these books are arranged quite haphazardly, and this stall is right in the beginning of the market, and you can find fiction as well as non-fiction books here, popular, sometimes not so popular. Also, these books are mostly original, but they can be second hand or third hand. So when it comes to fiction as well as non-fiction popular books, Mahila Haat will not disappoint you in terms of its variety and its range. You can find so many books here, both fiction as well as non-fiction, that are really popular, that are written by very famous authors. So these books are priced between 100 to 300. It depends on the vendor, how much he will quote, or the condition of the book. So when it comes to these popular titles here, you have to be careful guys. A lot of them are original. The ones that I'm showing you in this video are original, but some of them can be pirated. You really have to make sure that you know the difference. I've made a video on how to tell whether a book is pirated or not. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description. The variety surely is amazing, but I'll still encourage you to keep an open mind when you go here to shop for books. It's good to have a list of books and you might find them. If you do, that's amazing, but sometimes you still don't. So please don't get disappointed, because I'm sure there will be other titles that you will find. One thing about Mahila Haat is that there is always a chance of you finding a book that is not available elsewhere, either online or in any bookstore. These are older editions sometimes that you just come across in this market. So there is always an element of surprise, which is amazing. So I saw quite a lot of graphic novels, comics and manga this time. So these Tintin books were priced 200 per book and they were in decent condition. Tintin is nostalgia for me. You do have to read these books in a chronological order, so you have to remember that. There were these Indian comics as well, as you can see. They were brand new and they were on different topics and different genres, and these comics were for 200 each. This graphic novel on Nelson Mandela was brand new and it was for 300. So seeing manga being sold here was definitely new. I'm not a manga reader, so can't tell you for sure whether these were original or pirated, but they cost around 200 to 300 each. There was a huge collection of academic and competitive exam books as well. So as you can see, there are books for different competitive exams, and these books started from 5 to 600 rupees, and they were also selling these books in bundles, so it really depends on what you want to buy. One other thing is to be kept in mind is the edition that you're going for. If it's a newer edition, you will have to pay more. If it's an older edition, it's going to cost less. But yeah, the minimum price range to be expected is at least 500 rupees. There was a huge variety of children's books as well. In fact, there were quite a few stalls that were only selling children's books, and these books were big hardcovers. There were all kinds of books here: story books, encyclopedia type books, picture books, and then there were books based on movies and cartoons. The prices were between 150 to 400. The ones that you see in the video right now were around 200 rupees, and these books, as you can see, are based on Disney movies. So this Angry Birds books was around 200 as well, and there was a huge collection of books, as you can see. The Hobbit was for 150, and they also had a collection of Roald Dahl books. As you can see, they had quite a few books by him, and these books were for 100 each. So as I told you, there were quite a few other authors available there as well. So then there were posters and bookmarks there as well. This was something new, and these posters were for 50 rupees each, and the bookmarks were for 20 rupees each. And it was quite interesting because this was the first time I was seeing this collection. I had been here after quite a long time, and there were these anime posters here as well, so they were around the same range. And of course there were classics as well that were being sold here. So this stall was selling classics for 50 rupees as well as 100 rupees. The shorter, the thinner classics were for 50 rupees, and the bigger ones were for 100 rupees. Like the ones I'm showing you are for 100 rupees. And again, this stall had quite a collection. Another stall had all these hardcover classics by Charles Dickens, and as you can see, it's his collection only, and there are some other classics here, as you can see. And then let's move on to the collection of Hindi books there. So there were stalls that were selling Hindi books only, and then there were some other stalls that were selling Hindi as well as English books. So the Hindi books were for around 2 to 300 rupees per book, guys, and mostly these books were new, as you can see. And I saw a few really old books as well, but even they were being sold for 2 to 300 rupees. And finally, this time there was stationery as well. As you can see, there were pens, there were pencils, they were selling markers, and there was a variety of things that you could buy from here. And the prices were a little less than the market prices. So do visit Mahila Haat, guys. There is a lot of variety in terms of books as well as stationery. I hope you liked this vlog. Bye and take care.